I imagine that at the end of it, just a confusion. Fun fact today in the podcast, with this just going to be unrevealed at this time, Ripple turns out are trying to do more in this world. It represents a historic turning point. The burning of 50 billion XRP coins has been approved by a resounding majority of Ripple validators, an unprecedented action intended to drastically cut supply and produce significant artificial scarcity. This is more than simply a technical change. This strategic shift puts XRP in a position for rapid expansion in terms of both value and utility. By approving this burn, a new stablecoin worth $10,000, 0 cents will be created for every 5,000 XRP burned, bringing in a new age where XRP serves as the foundation of an innovative stablecoin ecosystem rather than merely a cryptocurrency. Because of this strategy, when these stablecoins go online, owning even a little quantity of XRP, for example, 100 tokens, could possibly result in $1 million valuation. This historic vote is confirmed by real-time statistics from Ripple's validator dashboard, which emphasizes the community's agreement and dedication to the plan. In the realm of cryptocurrency, this type of coordinated activity by validators is uncommon and indicates an exceptionally high level of trust in XRP's future. One of the biggest supply shocks in the history of digital assets is poised to occur as a result of the approval. It is anticipated that this occurrence will change the cryptocurrency market's terrain, impacting not only XRP, but possibly other virtual currencies as well. Only roughly 27.8 billion XRP will be in use after the burn, which is a significant decrease from the current amount. It is projected that this cut will result in a shortage, which would raise the price of the remaining XRP. The stablecoin's $10,000 0 cents value is supported by the astounding math behind this reduction. In order to preserve network operation and liquidity, sophisticated financial models have been used. It would be necessary for XRP's total market value to reach an astounding $278 trillion 0 cents. Compared to its existing market capitalization, this amount marks a huge rise. Even though that figure may seem astronomical, it's crucial to take into account the wider economic ramifications and the potential for exponential expansion in the digital asset market. Over time, this goal is attainable thanks to the established procedures and Ripple's institutional collaborations. Ripple is in a strong position to handle this challenging course. Thanks to technology developments and strategic partnerships, analysts have noticed trends in the charts and market indicators that are in line with past historical spikes in cryptocurrency assets, especially those connected to supply shocks and token burns. Given the decreasing supply and increasing demand, these charts predict that XRP may hit $1,000 0 cents per token as the burn date draws near. According to the plan, these stablecoins will be released onto the market in the first quarter of 2025, which will increase demand for XRP as the underlying asset. In addition to inflating the price, the launch of $10,000 stablecoins backed by burned XRP increases the utility of XRP, attracting governments, international financial institutions, and huge institutional investors looking for stability and growth potential. This move has far-reaching effects outside of the cryptocurrency sector. The Federal Reserve is keeping a close eye on these developments, according to sources close to Ripple and other federal agencies. There is strong indication that the Fed plans to implement these stablecoins as part of its larger monetary policy. This marks a paradigm shift in central banks' attitudes toward digital currencies, from regulation and mistrust to active participation and support. The Fed hopes to build a more effective, transparent, and robust digital financial system by including Ripple's ISO stablecoins, which could eventually displace conventional fiat currencies in some industries. This might promote the global adoption of XRPs and steady the value of the US dollar. A change of this kind would have huge economic effects. Ripple's project has the potential to change the way we think about value transfer, investment, and money. Blockchain-backed digital assets that provide transparency, security, and programmability may eventually replace traditional fiat systems that are hampered by inflation and centralized control. This gives holders of XRP a unique chance to take part in an unparalleled wealth transfer. The stablecoins will serve as a link between traditional banking and the nascent digital economy, while the artificial scarcity created by the burn will increase the value of XRP. Furthermore, XRP's journey toward widespread acceptance is being expedited by Ripple's strategic alliances with banks, payment processors, and governments across the globe. These partnerships further validate the XRP currency as a key financial instrument by showcasing faith in Ripple's technology and ambition. The ISO burn and growing institutional interest combine to produce a potent feedback cycle in which prices rise as supply becomes more scarce and demand increases. With the help of social media trends, recommendations, and optimistic projections from well-known analysts and insiders, XRP is also gaining support from retail investors and cryptocurrency aficionados. The Ripple network's speed, scalability, and creative approach to financial technology make it ideally positioned technologically to facilitate this shift. It is a desirable choice for international financial operations due to its cheap transaction costs. Ripple's decentralized ledger will be used in the ISO 2024 burn and the subsequent issuance of high-value stablecoins to guarantee security and transparency, which is crucial for winning over both users and regulators. XRP's usefulness and attractiveness are further increased by its smooth interaction with current financial systems via Ripple's on-demand liquidity and other offerings. This integration promotes a more equitable financial ecosystem in addition to increasing efficiency. And market players are lining up to take advantage of the possible windfall as volatility is predicted to rise as the burn date and stablecoin debut draw near. Massive profits could be earned by early adopters, but doing so also calls for careful risk management and knowledge of the larger legislative and economic landscape. Investors need to remain up to date on current events, Ripple's declarations, and the changing regulatory environment, all of which will unavoidably affect XRP's future course. To sum up, Ripple's ISO 2024 burn represents more than just a change to the token supply. Establishing XRP as a pillar of the upcoming digital financial system is the result of a well-planned approach, reducing the quantity of tokens in. Circulation is not the only goal of this action. The goal is to establish a strong and long-lasting financial system. Ripple is ushering in a new era of digital banking by burning 50 billion XRP and producing 10,000 Starbo-cent stablecoins. By generating artificial scarcity and enabling new features, Ripple has the potential to push the price of XRP to unheard of heights. The purpose of this scarcity is to raise demand and in turn XRP's value. This action marks a turning point in the financial sector because of the Federal Reserve's involvement and Ripple's international connections. Financial institutions are starting to see the potential of digital assets, indicating a trend toward broad institutional adoption. And leading this transformation is Ripple. For holders of XRP, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to participate in a financial revolution that combines blockchain technology with practical economic effects. There is enormous room for expansion and creativity, with new innovations and trends appearing quickly. The upcoming months and years look to be among the most exciting and revolutionary in the history of cryptocurrencies, with XRP at the center of it all. XRP will continue to play a significant role in the changing digital financial ecosystem as Ripple innovates and grows. Notice, this movie is solely intended for informational and educational reasons. It isn't financial guidance. Before making any investing decisions, please conduct your own research.